Formula for figuring out what parallel resistances are to find the total resistance in that. I'm going to add another resistor to this. I'm going to call it 90 ohms. Okay. I'm going to put this 90 ohm resistance in parallel with these other two resistances. Is any of this data going to change on either of these? No, it's not. But this total resistance is going to change, and this total amperage is going to change, right? The source voltage is still going to be the same. Now I have 90 ohms. What do I know about this? Is there any math I can do with this right now? What's that? I know that I have 120 volts across it, right? Exactly. Because in between there and there I have 120. In between there and there I have 120. They're all connected up, right? So I have 120 volts. I have 90 ohms. Now I can find the amps easy enough, right? Just divide 120 by 90. Instead of doing it like we did last time with this one and then doing all this and figuring out what that was right there, I'm going to erase this. And there's still going to be the product over the sum formula, but we're going to try the reciprocal formula. This one's a little bit more confusing. So this one is 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. And this here will have a dot, dot, dot as if, etc., right? So we have these different values. If I take 1 over R1, that's 1 divided by 120 ohms. 1 divided by 120 ohms plus 1 divided by 240 ohms plus 1 divided by 90 ohms and after I get all of that, I get that total, whatever that is, then I'm going to divide 1 by that. 1 divided by that will tell me what the real answer is, right? Well, this looks good, and it's time consuming. For me to do this math, it's time consuming and it's kind of rough. On these calculators, if I want to calculate this out, I can do this number, 120, and then it has like this shift 1 over X so that it's on that orange one. And that gives me that value, plus 240 shift 1 over X plus 90 shift 1 over X. And then I have all of that answer, and then I hit equals, and then I do shift 1 over X. And this is going to tell me the value of that total resistance. In this case, it's 42.35. Okay? That's the ohms total on there. Does that make sense? So I just did the reciprocal formula, and this is for finding out 3 or more. And using the reciprocal formula on this calculator isn't too tough. Okay, if you can find the 1 over X button, it's pretty simple to do. So that's easy enough. Now it tells us this total resistance. Using that total resistance, I can do 120 divided by that. But what I want to do is find out what 120 divided by 90 is. .33 amps. And I can just add these together. 1.33 plus 0.5 plus 1. So my total is 2.83 amps. Easy enough.